Welcome to Cat Chat, brought to you by Vangos alongside Bryce Burge. I'm Pete Francis. And Bryce, Saturday was senior day for the NMU football team, but unfortunately they came up just a bit short.
Yeah, it was a tough loss, 24-17 in overtime. But that being said, that even though it was a loss, it was a pretty impressive performance by the Wildcats to be down 10-0 at halftime, come back, score 17 unanswered points to force overtime. Good performance there by the defense to basically shut down the Saginaw Valley offense in the second half, and it's pretty impressive overall.
Yeah, while the team did fall, many of the seniors left with memorable performances.
Yeah, and that biggest performance by any of the seniors was easily DJ Catalano. 13 tackles, pretty timely too. They were all good. Had half a sack as well. You had John Blessing, the linebacker. He pretty much had his usual average in terms of tackles, but the timing of them were so important. They came down on a lot of third downs. They came on a lot of first downs where you had a loss, so that was good. Then on the offense side of the ball, you had Dustin Branchow, who was the second leading wide receiver in both receptions and yards. And the offensive line with Dumont and Vasquez did a pretty good job to open up the running lanes that Northern really needed to use.
Yeah, one thing we started to see a lot more of on the offensive side of the ball that was effective was the Wildcat offense.
Yeah, I mean, once you saw Carter Kopak a little earlier this season, and you saw some of the versatility of your players, you know, it was just a matter of time before the Wildcats were running the Wildcat. But the big player that has stepped up in this format is Christian Marble King, the freshman wide receiver, and Tony Aubrey, the junior wide receiver. Tony Aubrey can make a pretty nice spiral. Had a, you know, that I think was the second quarter and end of the first where he had a pretty nice pass that that I thought was a pass interference call that should have gone the other way. And Marble King has a lot of good running abilities and can manage that Wildcat pretty well.
Okay, last game of the season coming up. Cats travel to Houghton. Now, they can play spoiler here and get a winning season for themselves.
Yeah, going into the Tiffin game last week, there was a possibility for a winning season, winning 2 out of the last 3 games. You won against Tiffin, you lost a heartbreaker against Saginaw Valley, where there's so many emotions going on, and now the emotions are even higher going into rivalry week. And not only can they go with the winning season, like you said, but the spoiler alert role with Michigan Tech being 7th as of filming right now in standings, that will probably change when the rankings come out on Monday. But to have them go in there and have a chance at the playoffs still, Northern can go in there with a win and destroy that chance. And right now, the Wildcats have the Miners Cup. They will have it on the buses they travel. They will have it with them as they practice. They will have all the emotions riding with them. And little known fact, Phil Milbrath, actually, the running back for Michigan Tech, got hurt in the third quarter of that last game against Ferris State. He got pulled off. He's a major part of their offense, along there with Steve Short. And with that, even if he's back in the game, it might change up the game plan just enough to be a little bit more passing oriented and a little bit more in the favor of the Wildcats defense. All that being said, it's going to be a tough game for the Wildcats. And so if they want to win this game, they've got to have everything going right for them.
All right, well, let's hope that they can finish the season strong. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be joined by Sean Kelly to discuss NMU hockey's trip to the Sioux. Stay tuned.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vangos, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vangos is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vangos specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vangos uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vangos, come taste the difference.
I just saved $44 on 3 of my family's medications with the MKS Prescription Saving Card.
Stop into your nearby Snyder Drug and start saving with the MKS Prescription Savings Plan.
Welcome back. Joining me now is our hockey analyst, Sean Kelly. And Sean, the Wildcat hockey team hit the road and they went to the Sioux for a series with the Lakers, and they came back with a split.
That's right, Pete. It was a very well-earned split. The Wildcats got their first win in the Sioux since 2007, and they did it early on Friday night with a 4-1 victory. Leading the way was Tyler Grahn, Andrew Chernichin, Justin Fluke, and Gregor Hansen. They all had 2 points each. And Reed Ellingson got a start. He had 42 saves on the night as the Wildcats came up big. They held Lake State 1 for 6 on the power play Friday night. Now Saturday, it wasn't the same as Jared Carreau got the start. He came away with 30 saves on the night, but it wasn't enough as the Lakers won 3-1 as all the scoring happened in the second period.
Yeah, Sean, so Reed Ellingson got the start on Friday, and it was his best start of the year, and then Jared Carreau got the start on Saturday. Do you think we'll continue to see these guys splitting series like this?
I think you will for now until one of them catches on fire. It's never a bad thing to have 2 capable goaltenders on your team, as the season is very long as it runs into March and April. So to keep goaltenders rested and injury-free is very good. So as long as both of them play very well and come away with saves and wins, I think you'll see them both splitting time.
Okay, was there anything else that really stood out to you this weekend from the play?
Yeah, the top offensive players on this team, as I said, came through. They all had, all of them had multiple point nights, and the goaltending is stepping up. With the whole bad start at the beginning of the season, the Wildcats currently sit 5th in the CCHA, which is a positive. However, there are some points that they need to work on. They lead the nation in penalty minutes per game right now, at just over 21. Their penalty kill is second to last, and the power play is 48th in the country. So there's still some improvement needed for this team.
Okay, now this weekend, the Cats are back home as they host Bowling Green. What's your prediction for this series?
Well, it's going to be another hard-fought series. Bowling Green just got their first league win as they upset Notre Dame. Bowling Green has 2 capable goaltenders. One's a senior, Nick Eno, and a sophomore, Andrew Hammond. They both have a goals against average right around 3. Their offense is led by Jordan Samuel Thomas with 9 points in 10 games. So Bowling Green is a team that's capable of winning, and with Northern, they split this past weekend along with Bowling Green. So both teams are kind of looking for momentum here as they get deeper into the season. I think it's going to be another split.
All right, well, we're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, I'll be joined by Bryce Burge to preview the men's basketball season. Stay with us.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
Welcome back to Cat Chat. Rejoining me now is Bryce Burge. And Bryce, this upcoming weekend is the beginning of the Doug Lewis era for the men's basketball team, and they're hitting Florida for the Sailfish Classic.
That's right, Pete. They're heading down to the Sailfish tournament down at Palm Beach Atlantic University for a little tournament down there. This will be the first time to see that Fastbury by the lake go down to the seaside and see how they can do down there, as they'll go down and they'll unleash this new Doug Lewis era. I'm not sure. There's an injury real fast to report. Not sure if Mylan Murphy's come back from his concussion that he received, as you might have saw if you went to the scrimmage. That they didn't have him yet, so it'll be interesting to see if he travels and plays. But it should be a pretty good situation for all the new Wildcats and the Wildcat coaches to display their abilities.
Yeah, Bryce, this is a team with a lot of new players, but they do return a couple players, including preseason first-team All-GLIAC Raymont McElroy.
Yeah, you know, the fact that he's improved so much, since he's come in here, he kind of came in and, you know, we weren't sure what to expect from a player like McElroy, but as he's gone and improved over the years, now he's improved so much on the maturity level, has become a good leader for this team, has really joined in and bought into this new system that Doug Lewis has brought into the system, and he'll not only excel in terms of on the court action, but with his beliefs and morals off the court and really lead this team in the right direction.
Now, of the newcomers, Bryce, who do you think will be the ones to watch?
Well, you listed DeAndre Taylor as we were talking some stuff before the show. He was the one who won the slam dunk competition, has a real good ball movement. One of the guys that I was thinking as well is freshman Matt Everson. He has a lot of good shooting mechanics and put in a lot of good points in both of the scrimmages, both at the Midnight Madness and at the last scrimmage, and will be a really good player that you can see coming off the bench and maybe take that point guard role when McElroy's not in the game.
Now, Bryce, the team was picked to finish 6 out of 7 in the GLIAC North. Where do you think they're going to finish?
I give them a little bit higher on that one. I think that they'll finish 4th. I think that they'll be able to outgain the Michigan Tech Huskies and Lake Superior State Lakers up in Sault Ste. Marie. I think that both of those teams are going to be improved from last year, but if you look at Lake State, they got hit hard by graduation, and Tech has kind of faltered the last couple of years with their coaching staff kind of hitting kind of that dull point right as they hit the 20 years mark as the head coach of that university. And I think that we'll see this team make it to the GLIAC playoffs. They won't make it into the NCAA tournament. But that's fine because if you make it into the GLIAC playoffs, you go and you improve from last season with a new coach, new team, new situations, and that's just a solid building point and the first step in the right direction for Northern Michigan.
Yeah, let's hope they get a good start this weekend. All right, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the show. For Bryce Burge and the entire Cat Chat crew, I'm Pete Francis. Until next time, go Cats.